The Joe Rogan Experience.
Because I have a 19-year-old daughter, and she's amazing. And she is not, like, if I brought up the idea of her pursuing a career based on financial security, she would be offended. And I say that with a little bit of a joke, because I also remember, like, the comedians, people that go into comedy are not like, you know, we didn't know it was going to be this type of business. We went into it because it was, you know, creatively fulfilling to get on stage and make strangers laugh. But like, there is something, at least for me, having 5 kids, it's like, I really didn't care about money. You know, in my 30s, I remember my parents died and people were like all my siblings came around and we were getting stuff, and I was like, I'll take the immigration papers. You guys can have the rest. And so, like, I was the youngest, but like, the point I'm getting to, as you get older, once you get a taste for comfort, it's, you know, because I've tried to articulate to my children, you know, money is about freedom. You know, it's like the freedom to, like, afford to go on a date. You know, the freedom of independence. Like, I don't have to ask mom and dad for help. And so, but there is a you know, the perspective that changes. And I'm not saying all people, but like, when you're 20, all right, do I have enough money to get beer? You know what I mean? As opposed to, like, when you're 40, you're like, all right, I might need knee replacement surgery. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, there is some, you know, comforts. You like comforts, right?
Yeah. You don't want to struggle.
Right.
And you don't want to be scared as to where your next paycheck's coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I fly, you know, commercial, and I fly, you know, business class, and it's amazing. And I don't, you know, like, if I have a gig and they're like, you know, I would have to fly and coach. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of a, you know, it's like, is it worth being really uncomfortable for a bunch of hours? Like, I live in New York and I work at the Wynn's a great casino, right? And they have this theater, and it's a great thing. And so there used to be all these direct flights from New York. I mean, there's tons, but there were some lie flat things. And they were like...
Lie flat?
Yeah, so like where you know, it's like the seat turns into a bed.
Oh, lie flat.
And so from New York, it's like a 5-hour flight. And so they essentially started getting rid of those things. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to perform in Vegas anymore. It's like, I'm such a baby. I'm like, LA? Yeah, no, there's lie flat. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm just trying to impress everyone with my my toughness, my mental grit. Baby can't a baby can't be uncomfortable for a couple hours.
You can definitely get used to comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's probably not good for kids to grow up that comfortable.
No.
It's interesting. You know, it's like everyone that I know that's interesting had a pretty shitty childhood and rough and difficult and a lot of problems, but none of those people want that for their children, even though it made them the most interesting people that I know, because they got through some hard times and difficult childhoods and struggle, and they developed discipline and character and, you know, the ability to overcome adversity.
I mean, parenting is terrifying.
It is.
It's terrifying.
It's a complicated world, and it seems
because you know you're
going to
suck at it, but it's like, how much damage can you do?
Yeah. And how much damage does the world do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just you. It's like, what are your children getting exposed to at school? What are your children getting exposed to on the streets?
Yeah, because when they reach a certain age where, like, you can hear them actively not listening to you, and you're like, oh, I hope your peer group is communicating some of this stuff, because I've said it 6 times and you're obviously not hearing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really, and it's when you have young kids, you think, oh, because I think our society, we kind of portray, you know, babies, oh, I couldn't sleep last night. My baby was crying. I had to change poopy diapers. And that's the easy part. That's the easy part.
Yeah, that's just lack of sleep.
Yeah. But like when it's Saturday night and they're out And you're like, what? Where are they?
Right. Going to parties.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. And who knows what's happening at these parties.